Vocabulary. Teaching vocabulary is essential and should always be done in context rather than through isolated word lists. Knowing a word means understanding its meaning, pronunciation, grammar form, collocations, and real use. To truly learn new vocabulary, students need to see and use the words many times in meaningful activities. Teachers also can use techniques such as realia, pictures, gestures, definitions, synonyms, antonyms, illustrative sentences to make meaning clear. It is also important to expand vocabulary through related words and synonyms, helping students build a stronger and more active vocabulary.
I will show a short example of how to teach daily routines vocabulary. The words are wake up, wash your face, brush your teeth, brush your hair, get dressed, and have breakfast. First, I show simple pictures of each action. Then I act them out. I pretend to wake up, I wash my face and brush my teeth, and I give a short definition. For example, wake up, open your eyes in the morning, wash your face, clean your face with water, brush your teeth, clean your teeth with a toothbrush, get dressed, put on your clothes. Finally, I say model sentences. For example, I wake up at 7. I brush my teeth every morning. This makes the meaning clear and helps the students remember the vocabulary. Now I will explain the activity. The name of the task is a morning action race. First, students work in small groups. Each group gets a list of 6 words. For example, wake up, wash your face, brush your teeth, brush your hair, get dressed, and have breakfast. One student from each group comes to the front, and the teacher says one word. For example, get dressed. The student must act it out quickly. The group must say the sentence. For example, you are getting dressed. Then another word could be brush your hair, and the students again. The student acts and the group says, "You are brushing your hair. You are brushing your hair." After several rounds, a group makes a short story using the last 3 words. For example, first he wakes up, and then he washes his face, and finally he has breakfast. So this activity helps the students understand, practice, and use the vocabulary in a fun and communicative way.
I am going to explain you about teaching grammar. It involves showing students how a structure is formed, what it means, and when or why it is used. Grammar can be taught using deductive approach and inductive approach. The first one, the teacher explains the rule first. And second one, students look at examples and find out the rule by themselves. Moreover, modern teaching focuses on presenting grammar in context, not as isolated rules.
I will show a short example of teaching the structure should to give advice. I start with simple sentences. For example, you should wake up earlier. You should brush your teeth after breakfast. You should then skip breakfast. Then I ask students, are these sentences giving advice? After that, I show the form. Should but plus base verb, for example, should wake up, should wash, should eat. And the negative form, shouldn't plus base verb. Finally, I ask students to say one piece of advice using the daily routine words. This helps them understand the meaning and use of should in context. Now I will explain the task. The name of the activity is Morning Routine Advisor. Students work in pairs. One student is the person with a problem and the other is the advisor. The first student gets a card with a problem. For example, I always wake up late. I forget to brush my teeth, or I don't have time for breakfast. The advisor must give three pieces of advice using should or shouldn't. For example, you should wake up earlier. You shouldn't stay on your phone at night. You should prepare your clothes before sleeping. Then they switch roles and repeat with a different problem. At the end, each pair presents one problem and the advice they gave. This activity helps the students use grammar naturally through communication and problem solving.